Hello to everyone, welcome to the channel Educator, and here we are giving you the sessions and solutions for IT development and courses like a BCA, MCA, BE, BTech and other distance learning programs. So we can solve your queries, your requirements, whatever be, we can take a topic and give you the solutions for that. Who we are. Educator is the platform to help you build a professional in programming field and also helps you for your assignments. I introduce to myself. This is Vishal, software developer and a mentor in a programming field. And being a mentor, I love to teach students and give the right path in professional field. And also provide you a good solutions in your professional courses. And under the courses, that's your BCA, MCA, BE, BTech, BSc MSc and especially for distance learning program like IGNOU students, because of they suffer a lot and we give the right path to them. So today we choose a topic, networking. So let's start it. Okay, so whenever we talk about the network means some connection. So connection means when we have our two computers and connected to each other. So in a simple language, we can say a computer network. And there be a multiple computers or a two computers or multiple other devices. So devices means here we can say a node. Node means your fax machine, your printer, your computer, your laptop, anything which is connected to a other computer and want to send some data and receive some data. So that is called your complete computer network system. And this is a computer networking where we can study this kind of stuffs like if we have multiple channels, multiple nodes, they are interconnections, LAN, WAN, and this kind of stuffs. There be a layers. So each and everything be we can discuss about in a depth. But here in a simple language, a computer network, whenever we have multiple devices, they are connected through a links, that's we call here computer network, and device is called node here. Okay, and they receiving and sending some data, like if you say command, if you give the command to your printer, so you receive some printer output from your printer machine, or by the fax machine you can get some output from there. So that's a very simple computer network system. And a system of interconnected computers and computerized peripherals such as printers is called a computer network. In other language, you can give the definition to that. This interconnection among computers facilitate information sharing among them. That means the main purpose is we can share the information. Like if we have two computers and both are interconnected by a wire, and I want to get some data from the other computer to in my computer, so that is called your sharing. So the computer network, the third definition, we can say an interconnection of multiple devices, also known as host, and they are connected using a multiple paths for the purpose of sending, receiving data or media. Media means your MP3 files, your data, your text file, your video. So that be three definitions, we can say they are very easy. So computer system where we have a multiple devices, that devices called simple nodes and also be called host, and they are connected with a multiple path for the purpose of sending and receiving some data, or we can say sharing some data. That is called a simple computer network. I think that's very easy to understand it. Okay, so whenever we talk about computer network, we move on the second phase or second important term, that is called your client and server. So that is an important term in coming architecture. So simply say what is client and what is server. So both are machines, both are nodes, both are devices. But the difference is one always want something and the other always gives something. That means a client is that machine who give the request and server is that machine who always give response. So both are your nodes, that means your systems, your laptops or anything. But on that cases we can say, just say if you want something from websites and you get some response to that on your apps, we can say. So that's be all simple system is called you are a client and you get something from the server. So that is a client server approaches. And we will discuss the architecture after that, but the two important term you have to always remember: client is a computer hardware device or a software that accesses a service and that made available by a server. And server is a physical computer dedicated to run services to serve the needs of the computers. So that means there will be multiple clients of one server. So that is the architecture. I will describe you whenever we discuss on the next slides. But here the client and server, the two important terms you have to notice. Okay, now we have a slide: network architecture. So whenever discuss about the network architecture, it is defined as the physical and the logical designs of the software hardware protocols. So that means whenever you send some data, receive some data, so that is called your simple media transmission. So we have to design that kind of architecture in which we can manage all the things, in which we can share our data, in which we can uh, transmit our data in an easy way. So that is called your architecture. So there we have two kind of architecture. Number one is peer-to-peer and number two is client-server model. Okay, now first architecture is peer-to-peer. Peer-to-peer means two or more, but they all are interconnected. So that means peer-to-peer network is a network in which all the computers are linked together with equal privilege, responsibility for processing the data. So that means if we have a two computer 1 and 2, so that both are interconnected and we can share the data of from 1 to 2 and 2 to 1. Now if you have a more nodes like 1, 2, 3, whenever see nodes means computer or devices. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So that means 1 interconnected to 2, 2 interconnected to 3, 3 interconnected to the 1. So that means and 2, 3, 1. These all be interconnected to one another, so can share in data. And more if you say 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 to 3, 2 to 4, 4 to 1. So equally share. Equally share means 1 get access the 4th, 4 get access the 1. Okay, so if we discuss about peer-to-peer in a more depth, that is a simple type of network where computers are able to communicate with one another and share what is on attached on their computer. So that means if I have a machine 1 and I want to get data from the third machine, so I can get easily that data on my system, on my desk. That means by the share process, because of I can get access the third node on my system. I will show you practically in other sessions how we can do that. So peer to peer is very simple thing that is happen on a small environment, that is up to 10 computer where we have 10 seats, maximum 10. So it's good. And the peer-to-peer network has no dedicated server, as we discussed what is server and what is client. So there will be no request and response system. Just simply say we can equally share the data. So there will be some files only we can get access. and special permissions are assigned to each computer for sharing the resources. But the problem is that if one node is down, so we can't communicate to that node. And the other issue is security, because of I can get access all the 10 system on my system. So that is a security purpose, it is a wrong network. But where we have a simple file accessing system or simple transmission of media, so we can use that. Now we have to move on the next important part or second architecture. So this is very interesting architecture, that is called your client network or server network. We can say client server architecture, in which we have a communication between multiple clients and one server. Multiple clients means users, as you are the user, and at this time you can say, if you want to say something, if you want to get something from the server side, like video downloading, your mp3 downloading, you want to register file something on some website, so these all be a program from the client side. So that means you requesting something, and once you submit that data on the server or request the data on server give you response to that, whether you that allowed for the downloading or not, whether that register whatever you fill the form or not. So that is a simple client server system. So the central controller is called a server, and multiple clients want something from the server. So a server is responsible for managing all the resources such as files, directories, printers. So that means we need a permission, and that permission only by grant from the server. So server is central controller and we are clients. So that's be a very simple approach. Okay, now the next important term is computer network components. Most important term after the computer network, client server, peer to peer, these all important terms. The network components, that means whenever we design the architecture, we need the cables, we need routers, we need the modems. So these kind of network devices, by we can create our network where we can interconnected multiple nodes, multiple computers, multiple clients. So that is we called your simple network components. Okay, we'll discuss it one by one, but not today, on the next session where we have a lot of things, lot of stuffs. So hub, repeater, bridge, switch, router, gateways, router, national interface cards, we have a cables and connectors. These all terms we can discuss in details. Okay, so here you can see that a small diagram with the computer networks. There will be an internet, router, bridge, hub, server, that all are interconnected. I will describe it in the session, in coming sessions of the networking, that is important, related to transmission media and components. Now we have to move with types. So whenever discuss about the network types, that means when computer network, as we discussed, that is a group of computers linked to each other that enables the computer to communicate with another computer and they share their resources, data and applications. That is the definition we discussed on our first slide. But here we have a computer network system, that means how we can manage these architecture, how we can make it like. So we have a kind of multiple networks. Number one, PAN, LAN, MAN and WAN. So PAN is your personal area network, LAN is your local area network, and MAN is your metropolitan area network, and WAN is your wide area network. network. Now we shall discuss it on the next slide one by one. Okay, so first kind of network is very simple that we used daily in our room, in our offices. That is a very personal, like we used our Bluetooth system, and its range is up to 10 meters. So that means your simply TV remotes, wireless printers, or laptop to smartphone connectivity with the Bluetooth. So that's be a simple connections we can say under the personal area network. And we can say its range up to 10 meters, or we can say 30 feet. And here we have a wired and without wired, two kind of personal network you can make or a build. Just like if you connect a laptop to your any desktop with a wire, so that is called your printer with a wire, that is called your personal area network. Or without wire we can say the Bluetooth, your TV remotes. So these all be we use daily in our home, so that's your PA. Okay, now local area network, it's little bit wide because of a computer network is spanned inside a building and operated under the single administrative system is generally termed as local area network. So the LAN covers an organization's office, school, colleges, universities. So if we say there be the LAN in our school, so that means multiple nodes be connected in our schools, multiple systems be connected with the network, and there be one server or peer to peer, it depends, but the good approach is server client system. So there will be the server on your school system and there will be the multiple clients. That means all you need are permissions. Okay, like in your lab system. So the local area network is a group of computers connected to each other in a small area such as a building, offices. LAN is used for connecting two or more personal computers through a communication medium such as twisted pair, coaxial cable, so that with wire with wireless. Okay, but mainly they are with wire connections. So the data is transferred at an extremely faster rate in local area network, and local area network provide a high security because we manage the things with the server there. So whenever we have a client server approaches, so there be a security. So if we describe it one more time, so we can say local area network is a group of computers connected to each other in a small area such as a building, office. In definition you can say that. And LAN is used for connecting two or more personal computers through a communication medium such as twisted pair, coaxial cable, this all, that means simple cables, and it is less costly as it built with an expensive hardware such as hubs, networks adapters and Ethernet cables. But do not talk with this because of I will explain it some other day what is hubs, what is network adapters and what is Ethernet cables. Okay, you just simply say there is a school network, there is an office network, so that's be connected in any building, a complete building with interconnection with multiple computers, complete office with means first floor, second floor, third floor or multiple floors be connected each other by the LAN simply. So next is more wider than your LAN. So metropolitan area network, that means where we have a multiple LANs connected with a network, and that is called your MAN. So that is a multiple office buildings, multiple university campus, multiple government building and residential areas. So that all be connected to a big network, that is called your metropolitan area network. So the metropolitan area network generally explain expands throughout the city, such as a cable TV network. It can be form of Ethernet, token ring, ATM, or fiber distributed data interface. Just like we can say our BSNL fiber optics, we can say, or a cable, that means uh, your city cable. So that be very good examples of a man. So we can work like that in simple man. So where we have a complete city be connected in a simple language. So if we define it in a depth, so the metropolitan area network is a network that covers a larger geographic area by interconnecting a different LAN to form a larger network. So there will be multiple LANs that's be connected. So it's like government agencies use man to connect to citizens and private industries. Okay, so that's a very good example. Airlines reservation system, college system. So these all system where we have a reservations by the government and communication of military. So these all be a man network. Now we move one more step further, that is called WAN. So wide area network covers a wide area which may span across province and even a whole country. That means a complete country, that is your internet. So very good example. So these networks provides the connectivity to the man and LAN. So everything is depends on your WAN. So that is WAN. By the internet we can get access to our man and we can get access to our LAN. So that is a very small term is your PAN, where we used in a small room connection. Then we go for the LAN, that is our school connections or a building connections. Then we go a MAN, that is a city connection. And then we have a country, so country connection, complete whole country we work as in the WAN. Okay, so WAN may be used advanced technologies such as asynchronous transfer mode, like ATM. So as you get access your money from anywhere from the ATM machines, so that is a WAN network. Okay, and Sonnet and other we shall discuss some other day. WAN may be managed by a multiple administration. So very good example of the WAN is your ATM system. So WAN, if we discuss about in a depth, a wide area network is a network that extends over a large geographical area, such as our states or countries. So that means it is a bigger than your LAN and MAN. So the wide area network is not limited to a single location. It is spans over a large geographical area by a telephone lines, fiber optic cables, satellite links. As I discussed, that is ATM machines. The internet is one of the biggest WAN in the world. Internet is the biggest WAN in the world. Okay. A wide area network is widely used in the field of business, government, education, as you are learning from this. So that is by the internet, that is by the WAN. Okay. So these be a simple area networks we studied: PAN, LAN, MAN, and WAN. It's easy. Okay, so after we have a four important: PAN, LAN, MAN, and WAN. These all network. We discuss about the internet work. So a network of networks. We can say in a simple language, a network of networks is called a internet work. That means all networks we combined with that internet work, or simply say internet. That is the boss. It is the largest network in existence on the planet, and this internet usually connects all the WANs, and it have a connections to LAN and home networks, everything That is by TCP IP protocol that I will describe you in coming sessions what is a wire and wireless protocols. Okay, UDP, TCP IP, these all be the protocol. What is a protocol that we discuss in a depth, and especially for the IGNOU student. Okay, because of there be the lot of questions related to that, they get it in BC or MC examinations. So internet enables its user to share and access enormous amount of information worldwide. So where we discuss about our internet work, we get it types, that is extranet and intranet. So the extranet is an computer communications network based on the internet protocol such as transmission control protocol, so TCP. We discuss some other day internet protocol IP. So these all, so, but at this time, you just simply say extranet is the lowest level of internet working. So, the types of internet working be, one is extranet and number two is intranet. So, the internet is a private network based on the internet protocol such as TCP. So, do not get confused with the TCP IP, or just simply you can say a simple internet work be divide into two form, one is extranet, number two intranet at this time, nothing else. I will describe you some other day what is in a depth of this intranet and extranet. Okay, so move to next slide. So this is a very simple session, and in coming sessions we shall discuss about more in network, and there'll be the many sessions in network up to 10. These all series I will describe you in a playlist, so one by one you can learn. And also if you have any issues related to these simple terms, you can mail us on vishalkamboj2021 at gmail.com. And if you have any assignment issues or any problem with the maths, you can also mail us. I will surely help to you. Okay, so thank you so much. Okay, so if you have any issue, you mail us, and thanks a lot for this session, and we'll back with a new session soon. Till enjoy your life. Thanks a lot.